Hello students, hope you are doing absolutely well. And our first chapter of maths is over. Okay, there were lots of exercises in that. So now today we will start next chapter, that is whole number. Okay, so whole number, what is that? You all are aware with that. What is natural number? The counting numbers like 1 2 3 4 5 6, these all are natural number, isn't it? So what is whole number? If we will include 0 to that counting number, then it will become a whole number, like 0 1 2 3 4 5 6. These are the whole number. Okay, in that whole number also have so many properties while adding, while subtracting, while multiplying. Okay, so today we will see some properties of addition and subtractions of whole numbers. Okay, so properties of addition. Properties of addition, you better, I need to rub this, no, once I write a single properties, I just need to rub it so that I can write more. So you just, if you want to understand it elaborately, you better write it in your copy also. You can write also. Properties of addition, there are few properties of addition. The first one is closure property. Closure property, then commutative property, closure property, then commutative property, then binary operation, associative, property, and additive property. Additive, you can say identity. Now see properties of addition: closure property, commutative property, binary operation, associative property, and additive identity. We will see this one by one with the example how it works. So in case of closure property, see, closure property means if we will add two whole number, then the result will also be a whole number, like whatever, like 10 plus 4, both the numbers are whole number, then if I will add this, answer will be 14, isn't it? So it is also a whole number. This is closure property, means any two number, if you will add any two number, any two whole number, then the answer or result will also be a whole number. Okay, now next is commutative property. Example I will show here. Next is commutative property. Suppose see, for like a plus b is equals to b plus a. Okay, it means that if I will add 5 plus 10, isn't it? 5 plus 10, it will be 15. Then 10 plus 5, the result will be same, means whatever the order of the number it may be, but the result will be same in case of commutative property of addition. Okay, again see, 5 plus 10, 15, or if you interchange the position of the number, means 10 plus 5, it will also be 15. So this is also a commutative property of additions. Now next is binary operation. Binary means 2. Binary operation means these operations is not possible with a single number. Everywhere two numbers are needed to perform these operations. So that is why this is known as binary operations. Means two numbers are needed to perform these operations. Next is associative property. That we need to see with the example. Associative property. Okay. 9 plus 13, suppose, plus 17 here, again here 9 plus 13 plus 17. Try to understand this. See, or I can write a plus b plus c is equals to a plus b plus c. See the brackets. A plus b in bracket plus C is equals to A outside without bracket plus B plus C in bracket. This is commutative property. It means that you just calculate this 9, 10, 22, 29, 39. Here the answer is 39. In this case, here also you just see, here it is 30, 17 plus 13, it will be 30 plus 9, it will be 39. Means whatever here A plus B in bracket plus C is equals to A outside bracket plus B plus, means the answer will be same. This is the associative property of addition in a whole number. Okay. Now next and last is additive identity. Additive identity means whenever we add any number to 0 or 0 to any number, then the answer will remain same. Means whatever 500, 5001 plus 0 also 5001, or simply if I will add with 0, if I will add 500, then it will be 500. Means whatever we will add with 0 or any number, if I will add any number with 0 or 0 to any number, then the answer will remain same. That is additive identity property of addition in a whole number. Okay. Next we will same thing we will see in case of subtraction. Okay. Properties of subtraction. Now see, in properties of subtraction also, here I am writing closure property, here closure property, then commutative property is already there, then binary operation not required, then then property of 0. Here we will add property of 0. Now see, in closure property what happened, what I told in case of addition, that whenever we are adding to a whole number, then the answer will also be a whole number. Does it happen in case of this you can say in subtraction or not? Means see, here suppose 8 minus 5 answer is 3, isn't it? 8 minus 5 answer is 3. But if I will write 4 minus 5, then answer will be in negative, isn't it? Answer will be in negative. So negative means it is not a whole number. Means 0 to 1, 2, 3, these are whole number. The negative numbers are not considered as whole number. That is why we will say that closure property does not fully satisfy for properties of subtraction. Okay, again I am repeating. See, 8 minus 5, whenever we are subtracting any smaller number from a larger number, then we will get a whole number. It is okay. But in case of when we are subtracting a larger number from a smaller number, that time the answer will be negative. Answer will come in negative form. So that is not a whole number. That is why closure property does not fully satisfy the properties of subtraction. Okay. Next we will see commutative property. Here only let me write the examples. Commutative property. In commutative property, what I said, that if A plus B means 4 plus 5 is equals to 5 plus 4, means 4 plus 5 is 9, is equals to 5 plus 4 mean also 9. So this satisfies in the addition rule. But in case of subtraction, suppose you are subtracting 8 minus 5 is 8 minus 5 is 3, and then if I will interchange the position, 5 minus 8, it will never be 3. It will be in negative form. Answer will be in negative form. Therefore, we can say 8 minus 5 is not equal to 5 minus 8. So, here also subtraction does not satisfy commutative property. Okay, this first property also does not satisfy, commutative property also does not satisfy. Clear? Now next is associative property. This example we need to. Next is associative. Associative, what I told that time, suppose a plus b in bracket plus c, then here a plus b plus c, isn't it? So in case of minus, suppose all in minus, a minus b, again here minus, here also minus, here also minus, whatever was there before in case of addition, we will just change the sign with the minus sign. So now I will take one example. 7 minus 5 minus, you can say 7 minus 5 minus 1. What it will come? 7 minus 5, it will be 2 minus 1, answer will be 1. So in case of now here 7 minus 5 minus 1. Okay, now 7 is without bracket, then 5 minus 1, then it will be 7 minus 5 minus 1, it will be 4. So answer will be 3. Isn't it? So here also we can see it is not equal to. In associative property does not hold in case of subtraction. So no closure property, commutative property, associative property, all these three properties does not hold in case of subtraction. Next, property of 0. This is same. Whenever we will subtract any number, whenever we will subtract 0 from any number, then the number will be as it is. So that is why property of 0 only hold in case of subtractions. Okay, so now I will be going to provide you the exercise based on these chapters. Hope you just need to do the filling the blanks, and you just need to understand very deeply that which property, which questions hold which property. Okay, this much for today.